somebody who did her monthly LRP, and then she had specific issues and wanted to treat those. And so she literally just kept going through the book. And I mean, she ordered probably, oh gosh, I have no idea, 700 or 800.
Wow.
PV point, like just like that. Like she just,
because she needed them to take care of her issues, right?
Yeah.
Once people start feeling the power of the oils, that's kind of natural. And I talked to someone the other day. They were an employee, and the employees can only buy 200 PV a month on their employee discount. And I thought, oh my gosh, I could never be an employee at doTERRA because I could never live off 200 PV a month. Like, you know, you see how this woman just is feeling it, and she needs those solutions, and she's choosing it. And she's investing in that instead of other things, right? Maybe we're just going to live preventatively instead of live in this place of, oh, I'm going to go get another surgery. I'm going to go take care of it this way, or I'm going to have a lower level of lifestyle. It's awesome. Wow. So that's just cool to see. Now you just helping her get good experiences with those oils. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, she's having a class. I mean, she's kind of taken it and run. She's running 100 with it. So that's good. So we'll be doing lots of classes for her people, but.
No worries. Kat, can you hear us? I think. Anyway, start reloading if you can hear us. Sometimes if you come into the call and it's not quite connecting at that sharesuccess.com/Zoom, just try it one more time. Just log out and try it one more time. I love that, and love that she's caught that bug to find solutions for herself and then share solutions. So powerful. What other wins have you guys had? Let's hear them. Shout them out. Jeanette? Jeanette, you're unmuted if you want to share some of your wins. Jeanette made Elite this month. Okay, let me just share. I'm pulling up a quick cool share that I thought was amazing. About some of your wins, Jeanette, this last week. So I'll just read it. There you are. Are you there?
I am finally. I decided I better use my phone versus my computer.
No.
How are you?
No worries. So good. So good. Let's hear, Jeanette. Tell us about some of your wins.
Well, it wasn't on purpose, but I was trying. But we enrolled 9 people last month.
Wow.
We did the Healthy Habits kits.
Wow.
And people are so excited to be part of that. And we made the goal. I don't know how it all worked out, but it all did.
So you achieved Elite and enrolled 9 people last month. Wow.
Correct.
And how's that feel, enrolling those 9 people? Like, what's that feel like to you?
You know, it's super fun. I asked my dad, who's 93, I said, Dad, I need one more sign on to make the 3,000. Will you help me? And he goes, I will. But he says, you know, I'll send back all the stuff and I'll pay for it so you can share it with more people.
Wow. Wow.
And then when he got his box, he says, I'm saving it for you. And I said, well, open it up. I said, try the deep blue. And he says, oh, I think I'll love that. So he'll come across and he'll keep it, you know, but it was kind of cute how he wanted to give back.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and so sweet that people want to support us, right? So
They do.
I think sometimes we start this business and we think, oh, you know, oh, people are gonna think I'm pushy or da 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 da, all these other stories. But the truth is, we want to help people. We connect them to the solutions. And then some of those people, like, look, this was your last little get over that hump. And you called up your dad and you told him where you really were at, right? And there he was, like, helping you and helping that work together. And even if he just bought that kit so that he felt like he helped you at the end, how much is it going to help him, right? As he opens up, like you're saying, and it'll just be a blessing to him. So it's okay. We'll let him buy a kit thinking they're just helping us, right? And then we'll go from there.
Well, he was too cute. You know, you want him to try the product, and in the end result, he will keep it and use it.
Oh, yeah. That'll be awesome and powerful, right? So whatever we need to do to help get in the door, some people are going to need different ways to get in the door. You know, I don't know, just a few ideas as you are out and about this summer. I always took my oils to my family reunions. I used them just like I would use them in a restaurant or somewhere else. And then I would even, like, I would give hand rubs or I would give foot rubs. And it's amazing the kind of connection that we were able to create in just a little time. Because whatever you love, you know, I just love to connect with my nieces and nephews and my aunts and uncles. And so it just deepened our connection. And then we helped the people that wanted oils, but we had given all day and we just felt so good instead of just sitting at a park and playing card games or something. So you've got lots of options to bring value that way and to share the love that you have. Share the love, meaning share the oils. So, and one other thought that I was having there was just that as you've, you know, we also have people that are maybe working on a project at our house or doing this or that during the summer. And one of our contractors that was helping us with something, you know, he found out what we did and, you know, and smelled the oils around the house. And then he said, oh, my wife used to use like Young Living and she loves oils. And so we just hopped in and traded some oils with him for part of the money that we were going to pay him. We traded oils. And so, okay. So that worked amazing because we sold another kit that we maybe wouldn't have, but just keep watching for these ways, whether it's your dad or your sister or the person that's helping you on your house or your lawn, whatever. These are good opportunities to share. And I love the wins and victories. Thanks for sharing. Kat, anything else that you want to type in? Okay, so no worries, Kat. Drop anything in the sidebar, wins and victories, and I can read it out. You're all good. New customers, new advocates. It's good stuff, right? As we come to know and meet these people. And I want to do some Q&A, but I'm going to start out by just showing you a few things that I hope you know. So I'm just going to share my screen, and this is going to help you as your team start growing and just being able to take care of people, right? So right here, you can go straight to doTERRA's page and then just go to the Empowered Success page, or just search in Google for Empowered Success and take that top result. And what I am loving right now is just all the resources that I have to support this process. So you'll notice these, are you starting a doTERRA business? Launch your business. So these videos to launch your business. And you can get to them right here, or even if you just choose launch, right? I'm going to choose launch and go to that page. And these are all videos right here in the green, and then there's a launch training course right here in the purple. So really powerful helps to get going right. So I want to challenge each of you, whatever you haven't watched in these launch guide videos and the launch training course, get on it. These are the essentials of setting up your business right. And because we've set up these systems, like in the old days, we used to handhold everyone through everything, and it was mouth to mouth. You're like passing it on, one mouth to another, passing on the stories, passing on what works. Well, now the growth is what it is because we're all empowered to gain this learning for ourselves and do it right, and we're all accountable. So, for example, I had a gal that was like, "Hey, I just haven't placed any of my people. And yeah, we can do cleanup work after the fact, but I just want each of you to know, hey, you better watch this placement strategy right here, this placement strategy to build a strong business and secrets to enroll successfully. Like, when you understand those basic things, you're going to have more success and be more set up for success. So that's my first challenge for you today. And then I want you to remember, there's great videos for each of these supports, and I especially love this share guide as you're starting out. There's some great videos right there at the bottom. So keeping that sharing real, this is the season of inviting and sharing and enrolling for you. And then right down here at the bottom under the additional resources, this first link is tools and library and PDFs. And you would
Natalie, I don't see your computer screen. It's just a white bar on top showing the address of where you're going, but doesn't show the actual screen.
Okay, I didn't get the right one. Thank you, Margot, for saying something.
You're welcome.
How about this one?
That looks good.
Looks good. Okay. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to show you really quick what I was just talking about. So just quick recap. If you go right here to the launch guide, you've got all these videos down the side with the green, right? Here's your secrets to enroll successfully. Lifestyle overview, super key to start that practice early and on your team. If you want every month to start the next month with amazing volume, be doing lifestyle overviews all along the way. And this placement strategy to build a strong business, super powerful. So, the pages in the launch guide support that, but you'll learn some amazing tips. These are all videos that we put together with top leaders, just focusing on the key things. And here's your course for launch, right? And it's got 4 modules. And if you just catch these, and these aren't long videos, they can just be digested and you can move forward. But you get to invest in your business and be wise about that by just investing that time, right? So back down here to the bottom of this Empowered Success page, where this first one is tools and library and PDF. I had some of my very top leaders, Presidential Diamonds, just not know about these because they've been up just recently. So I want to make sure that you all know about them because they're going to be a great tool for you. So as you're planning classes, here's the class planner. Super helpful. Super helpful to work with a host in planning classes. Maybe you're doing little booths or a farmer's market or something like that. This drawing entry form is a great way to connect with the contacts that you meet that day. So oftentimes
Can you show where you get that, where you find that page again? I missed the.
Yeah, let me back up so you can just see it. So I'm on the Empowered Success main page. And then scroll to the bottom, Tools, Library, PDFs. Empowered Success Tools Library. And then this is gold right here. It's so amazing. So you've got your class planner. You know, these are so powerful. So you can just print this out, right? But look, it just helps you be thinking about how to prepare, invite and confirm them, how to prepare them, how to prepare the room, prepare for refreshments, set goals and be clear on your intention, and bring teaching supports and closing tools you'll need. And then have the next class set up so that at the end of your class, you can invite people to classes. So this is like everything that we've learned in the last 10 years about setting that up for success, all dialed in to one little paper for you to have a checklist. This drawing entry form is gold as well, you know. So again, my little girl, she made some crafts last week and went to a farmer's market, and I thought, oh my goodness, this place is a great place for sharing. So lots of really, that one's taking a minute to load, but really powerful tools right here that are just gold, and you have them at your fingertips, and you can print them out from your printer or run to a copy center if you need to make them look amazing or have them be on color, and you can make that happen really quickly. So this, I was saying that sometimes when we do a farmer's market or a little booth somewhere, we'll see, aren't those so cute? And it just has quick information, but we will give away 5 oils, or we'll give away a little diffuser or something like that, and people will enter into a drawing so that they can get that. Just back to kind of some more of the things that I feel like could be most useful to you right now. As you go on in doTERRA, maybe you made your 100 names list that just has all your warm contacts, right? Well, this is going to help you, once you've reached out to those people, go to this next level of people. Because a lot of times we start thinking, oh, I know everyone. You know, I've reached out to everyone. Who else am I supposed to reach out to? Well, this memory jogger is set up just to support you to know who to reach out to next and where to go next. So great tool to do that. The first page is just asking you some basic questions. So you make sure, if you could do business with anyone, who would it be? My favorite question. Who do you know who needs doTERRA? Who do you know who is open to natural health care? And you start out just with a blank slate. And then on the back, you're just going to use this memory jogger to help brainstorm more people that maybe you haven't reached out to. So this is a great tool to hit on as you're sharing, right? Such a great month to share, right? Who doesn't want a balance, an aroma touch, and was it past tense? Was the third one? Amazing special this month. So use that memory jogger to expand your contacts and stay focused there. And then as you have these other builders working with you, this is what we call the success check-in. And this just gives you accountability and goals. And we are modeling just a little bit of that here in these calls, so you can start seeing a little bit of what that looks like. But truly, you know, doTERRA, if you think about it as a family, right? Let's just think about it in that context. The people that you enroll and that you're building with, those are your children, right? In doTERRA, quote unquote. And if you'll work directly with them and help set them up for success, they'll be prepared and ready to be set up for success. And then if you help them work with their children, then sometimes the grandma and grandpa, right? Sometimes the kids are still teenagers and they're growing up, and the grandma and grandpa get to slip in and support those people that maybe are on your second line, right? And work with your main line to coordinate to show up for those people on your second line as is most useful right now. So be aware of where you guys are at developmentally, but really work to set up those connections, because that's what will allow you to grow and expand, right? So, you know, Margot hitting Premier, it's like now you're in this space of like expansion of like, okay, I know my key builders, I'm working with those key builders, they're becoming leaders, and we're all progressing together, and I'm even coaching them on how to work with their people, right? So the success check-in provides just a great outline for that. Of course, starting off with celebration and evaluation. So what's working in your business? What needs to be working better? And then accountability for the week. When we all do better if we have some accountability, right? And then it's just breaking down the pipes so you can see what things are really counting. And to me, this list is so awesome. It would help you know, okay, these are the things that I can be focused on right now, and helps you focus in on those things that are going to be of greatest worth. And it also just helps you know, okay, wait, I've got some more doTERRA energy. Where do I put it? You know, and helps you know, if you're wanting to track points, here that can help you stay on target as well. And then as you're mentoring, as you're working together, just establishing your 3 vital action steps and what your part is and maybe what your upline can support to do that. So I love this little form. You can print, we print out 10, doesn't matter if it's color, black and white, and then you fill it in, you take a picture and shoot that to your mentor, to your upline, and that's a great tool for you. This success tracker, I wanted you to just see again, right? So this is in the launch guide, but it's right here, so you can just print out extra pages really easily. So the beautiful thing about this is it's just reminding you, okay, I'm connecting, I'm sharing and inviting, then I'm presenting to them, whether it's in a class or a one-on-one. Jeanette, you should pipe in, how many one-on-ones do you think you did last month? And how many of your enrollments came from classes? Can you unmute? Okay.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, you're great. How many of those enrollments came from one-on-ones, would you say?
Oh, gee.
Probably 7 out of the 9 or something, or did some come from a class as well?
All of them, probably about 7 of them
Mm-hmm.
were one-on-ones.
Okay. And
Couple of, I think it's kind of hard to judge that because you have contact with them always, and they may show up to one of your classes at one point, and then they just trickle in later on.
what I love though is whether they're coming to your classes or not, you're going to them and you're sharing the oils, and they're feeling it, right? And acting on that.
Correct.
So I love that you did whatever it takes to present the message. And it doesn't matter where that message happens, if it happens in a class or if it happens in a one-on-one, it just matters that they get that basic understanding that they can move from. And, you know, it's super important that we cover what we cover in a class. You can do it modified once you get past that first page, but make sure that content on that first page is covered so that they know 2 days from then when somebody is telling them, oh, well, didn't you know that you could just get it at Good Earth for $5 for a big bottle like that? If they don't have that basic understanding, that could undermine everything that you've done because they aren't informed, right? So one of the key things from that first class is just making sure they're informed, and then we can move forward. Then, of course, enrolling, lifestyle overview, business overview, if they're interested in building the business, and then a hosting overview with a launch, right? So if they're interested in the business, we go to the build guide. We help them with that business overview. That's all that means, is going through the build guide with them and seeing their answers to their questions, and inviting them to do those last 3 steps on the build guide. And then this last one, the hosting overview, is going through the share guide together and helping them get their goals for launch. So we're getting the share and the launch guide right here. So, you know, what's beautiful is if you launch, how many people do you need to launch to be silver?
3.
3, right? Super basic. And then, so how many people would need to launch on your team to become diamond? So diamond is 4 silvers, right? And if each of those have 3, 6, 9, 12, right? 12 people that are launching at that elite level. So that's super key in your process. And so I love that if you just help literally 12 people launch, you're at diamond. If you're watching that structure and doing it together, you help them launch to elite, and that's diamond. And that's attainable. Welcome, McKenna.
Hello.
Rebecca. Hey. So we're just diving into a couple supports that can help you in this process. So catch the recording for the first few minutes on some of these. But you know, these tools right up here in the top are going to be your main supports in that launch process. And then as you're moving into Premier and Silver, then you're going to reach down here to more of these tools, right? And this new builder checklist is one of my favorites because it kind of helps you see, oh, what are all the pieces that we need to go over to make sure that I've helped this new builder get going right? And it's got a few things on here, right? Because we want to just make sure we're ticking all the boxes. But this is going to be powerful to help you set up new builders for success, right? So you know that process, and you can just take a look at that. So those of you that have real people launched right there as builders, come to this new builder checklist and help just making sure that they're getting through that process. Here's another one that we use a lot, Power of 3. So as you've done your rank planner first, we're focusing on rank first, and then you're looking at, oh, this is what I've got on Power of 3. And these are literally, you can fill these right in. It's super easy. You could fill these in, total them, and then you can be set up for your 50, right? This first section, you add this level and you're getting your 250 monthly bonus, and then we add this level and you're at your 1500. So this is, especially for those of us that are visual, super helpful to see and helpful for you to focus in where you need to focus in, right? And this is the rank planner for Premier and Silver. So whatever goal yours is, I think it's super key to hone in on this, right? So you'll kind of see the purple stuff on here is taking you to Premier. The green is to Silver. And so Premier, you're going to focus on these first two, and Silver, you're going to expand to this third. But remember, this is so powerful just to help you. Oh, okay, do I have enough classes planned to get there? Right? This is the key part. Some of the stuff we talked about before was get those classes scheduled. So get all your classes scheduled for this month, whether it's a mom's day at the park, right? Where you have a babysitter hired to help watch over the kids. So you can focus on sharing the oils together, whatever that may be. Maybe it's a traditional class on how to have a great summer or how to be set up for a great summer. Whatever that is, you need to be aware of the classes and the one-on-ones. And this is a great just calculation right here. So I'm going to write down all my currently scheduled LRP volume. Then I'm going to see what my needed volume is and then divide that right out. And I know exactly where I need to focus. So just a couple things, wanted to run you through these so you could just see some of the gems that are here. For those of you that are like, man, how do I help customers, sharers, and builders? This is a great tool to kind of help you dial in to what is needed, right? Remember, customers want to take care of them and their family, and then a sharer is going to move into this blue circle right here where they just want to expand beyond that to their friends, their coworkers, maybe their extended family. And then a builder is even extending beyond that to the community, their community and their world, right? Their reach is going beyond that. So you can support people wherever they're at. And this just guides in a few of those ways. I'm going to pop off and we're going to do a little Q&A, but I'm happy to go deeper there if you want to go. But I just want to make sure we cover all your questions so you're empowered this week. Great question, Rebecca. These are all, let's see, these handouts that we've been going over. So these downloads right here haven't yet been translated, except if they're in the guide. So let's just go back to, let's see. So this is another way that you can just get to Empowered Success, right? All your business training. So let's, wow. Let's just go back again through our Google search. So here's our main page of Empowered Success, and I just want to show it to you so you can see it exactly where I'm getting to this. So we just went over some of these tool library PDFs. There's PowerPoints in here, like if you're training someone, there's some good PowerPoints in here. I don't use PowerPoints except if I'm doing like a training, like online trainings, online classes, super useful to use it there, right? So you've got some good tools that way. The social media course is a great course from just top builders in doTERRA that have made it in social media, and they just tell you what to focus on and what not to focus on so you don't get lost there. But the last link.
Can you share your screen?
Oh, am I not sharing? Thank you, Margot. Checking my head. Okay. So team training and PowerPoints, right? This is just the Empowered Success main page. And then here's your social media course right next to that. And then here's the link about building internationally. And when you click here, you're going to see at the bottom these main tools. And doTERRA's been growing so fast for a while that we've had, the people in Mexico had what they had, but nobody else could ever access it, right? So what if you have people that are working in international markets? Well, we requested this and they just put it together. Here's all the Empowered Success guides in all of these languages and by country, right? So North America, Central America, South America, Greater China, Asia, all of the European, look at all those translations, Australia and New Zealand. So you can download those, you can send them to people, you can use them to do a PowerPoint. We've got people building with amazing communities all over the world because now it's easy to do that, right? So if you have, contacts in other countries or make sure and use that. And these are just, if you're interested in some of these, this is like, how do I build in other countries that aren't open yet in doTERRA? If you have specific questions, ask your upline and we can help anything that you can't find. But look, here's all the contact information for the market offices and But this is the one that I use the most often is that Empowered Success Guides. And then I can use that and share with others. So, Rebecca, the answer is the forms that are in the guides are available. The forms that are outside of the guides haven't quite been translated. I've got a few people that are building down in Argentina and Chile that have just started translating some of those pages. And so we should have more available soon, even if it's on the side. So let's open it up for Q&A. Let's pack this in. How we talked about wins and victories at the very beginning. If you have any other wins and victories you want to add in, pop that in, but love to have your questions now. We want you to be empowered and clear, right? The confused mind says no. The confused mind doesn't take action, but the clear mind actually takes action and moves forward. So this is your chance to get clear on whatever it is that might still be a little gray in your mind. So just unmute and throw out your question.
So one of my builders had a question on when to expect the matching fast starts from Venmo.
Awesome. And you guys have been popping that in?
Yeah, she did. She filled in all of hers. I haven't done all of mine yet. She did hers.
Okay. Awesome. Let me check with my assistant, but I think she usually does those on Fridays, and happy to follow up on that. So
okay, great.
Mm-hmm. And with this new incentive, we have started out some teams and done matching fast starts for a while. With the new incentive, I think we're tapering off on the matching fast start so we can do the new incentive. So let's make sure we've got all of that in for May and going well. And I'll let you know if anything's different than that. But for now, in June and July, we're focused on the Puerto Vallarta incentive and that cash that will come through that, even if you don't go on the trip. Okay? And I'll check with Chrissy right away and make sure that those are going out. What else?
Now, will you share, I liked on the Q&A session for the online call how you and Rebecca Hintzey and the other gal were just talking, and Andy, about samples and putting them on people when possible. I felt like you all were really strong on that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just recap on that versus mailing or handing out a sample if you have a choice to be with a person.
Absolutely. So kind of like I was talking about on the family reunions, like get the oils on people at the park, get the oils on people. So when I hand out a sample or mail a sample, I'm hoping that they're going to open that up and tap it on the back and put it on them and try it. But anytime that I'm in person, I'm not going to just leave that to chance. I'm going to make sure that it gets on them or in them in some form, and so they can experience the oil for themselves. So that is super key. And if you haven't been keeping up in that online launch camp, I mean, let's hear from a few of you. Isn't that amazing? Hasn't that been a great resource to you?
It is amazing. Yeah, I love it.
So we partnered with some of our favorite top leaders in doTERRA, and they just are bringing it in that online launch camp. And so if you have lost track of that or aren't following that, there's some amazing prizes given out every week. We're just going right through the process so you can get the pieces, and you've got different perspectives from other people. And there's a Q&A call every week on that focus topic. And so we did last week's Q&A call with Sarah Jansen, super fun hippie mama, and that uses hula hoops. And I mean, just Rebecca Hintzey, that's this PhD emotional and mental focus, you know. And so you've got just all these different perspectives. But that's one thing that we all really resonated on, is just get the oils on people. And
when is that Q&A call, Natalie? When is the Q&A call for that training? I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah, and they post the recordings every time. Angela, when is the Q&A call for that? Remind me.
I haven't figured out the set time. I usually just catch the recordings, but I did see a thing pop up where they kind of say, hey, here's when it is. So maybe we can find out when the set time is, if there is one, and have Chrissy post it on the SAN Success page.
Okay. I'll have her do that. And have her, if I can get that now, I'll let you know about that now.
Thanks.
But literally, like spearmint, one of my favorite oils, wakes people up. They just love how it smells. So I'm like gonna use this. I'm gonna introduce it to other people, just like, oh, hey, oh man, this is one of my favorite oils. Have you used spearmint yet? And they just kind of breathe it in, and then we might do a swipe under their nose, right, with it. Or I'm often just staying relaxed during the summertime with some aroma touch. And again, like, okay, I'm putting it on my neck and shoulders at the soccer game. And then somebody else smells it and they say, wow, that's strong. You say, yep, it's amazing. It's helping me stay relaxed this summer and keep my neck and head tension down so that I just don't get headaches and I stay in a good, healthy place as a mama, despite whatever else is happening, right? Do you want to try some? And I've just modeled to them how to put it on, right? And they're ready to go. So I'm just going to drop a few drops in their hand. And if it's a close friend or something, feel free to put it on them, you know? One of the things that I learned right off was I could either be standoffish about the oils or I could just be like, here I am, and I'm not holding back in any way. So I invite you to stay in that space of just like open sharing, and you're going to change a lot more lives that way. So get the oil.
Maybe we could share what Laura Wadsworth's doing next week in California, and I'm sure Natalie and Margot have done this so many times. So she's just got the Aroma Touch kit that has the 5 ml vials that you can buy online or in packs, and she's got that in a zipper pouch, and she's showing up with the different family events, and she's doing Aroma Touch hand massages. And if you don't know how to do that and you haven't been certified, you can watch some things on YouTube. And in the Aroma Touch box of oils that you get is a laminated card that takes you through step by step. So she's just kind of going to be set up on the side, you know, in a chair while people are visiting. And she's just popping around, doing Aroma Touch hand massages, just showing up and serving. Not necessarily trying to enroll people, just showing up and serving her family and knowing that those conversations are going to come naturally as she puts the oil on, that they resonate as they ask her what she's doing and what is doTERRA.
That's awesome. I love that. Are you starting to see some of the ways that it can just fill into your world, right? So I love how we can just customize it to the needs, but it's about getting the oils, having the oils with you and being able to share them and being willing to share them. Get them out, get them on people. What other what other questions do you have so you can get clear? Remember, nobody else can get clear for you. This is something that only you can do. So choose clarity. Choose to pipe in so you can move forward powerfully.
Can someone?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you go first. It's all good.
Oh,
Hi, Rebecca.
my question was, hi. I just feel like these calls are so empowering and so educational, and just this little crunch of time that we can just get all this amazing information from you, Nat. And I'm wondering if we could just place the recording on the Sun Facebook
Absolutely.
account. I know last week it was so amazing, and I haven't seen the recording come through.
We
not sure exactly where it went.
Problem with last week's recording, so it didn't record or something. So we'll pop this one on, and we'll make sure and do that in the future, because we want you guys out there sharing. We know that sometimes life doesn't lend to being right there at the time, but we're going to get the goods to you. Thank you. Great question.
Awesome. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Which Facebook group is that? Facebook group is that?
It is called Sun Sand Success, right? Let me show you. I'm going to share my screen so you can just see it as we go. Oh boy. It's a problem when Andy is not signed into Facebook. Okay.
It is Sun Sand Success, and there's a part on there where you can invite people to, and and I'll just share a little glitch I had in case you have this too. At the very beginning, I invited everybody on our team that I thought was going to build, or that our leaders had told me were going to be interested in this trip. And then somehow, maybe when the page was getting set up, some of those invitations went away. So I've gone back in and re-invited people, but I might have missed someone. So if you thought you invited someone at the very beginning and then they're not in there and it doesn't show they were invited, just go ahead and re-invite them.
Great heads up. Thank you for telling that. So let's just make sure your peeps are in there, or do that re-invitation. And I mean, how do you, just for some of those that haven't done that to a Facebook group before, and can you just tell us how to invite that?
Yeah. So on the side bar on the top right, it says invite members. And then you can invite people. You just type their name in. The only catch is that you have to be friends with them on Facebook, or you can't type their name in. So if you're not friends with them on Facebook, just send them a text and say, hey, I'm Angela Havens Davidson on Facebook. Will you, friend me or accept my friend request? And then you can add them to a page. And then the other part of that is a lot of times if I'm on my game, if I invite someone to a Facebook group, then I send them a text and say, hey, just wanted to give you a heads up that I invited you to this Facebook group, because it might just kind of get lost in their Facebook notifications and they might not realize, they might not be accepting it because they don't want to, just because they don't know it's there.
I think we have to work with text, right?
Yeah, I think that's super awesome and considerate, because sometimes, anyway, yep, I think that's a really great plan.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes I am just dropping a link in a text string, right? Like, oh, hey, did you see today's call? Or, this call might answer that one question we talked about the other day, or things like that, right? So you're connecting people more.
I think that's great. We've also been dropping the link to the online launch camp Q&A. If there's something specific that our team or a team member is working on, we've sent them that link and said, hey, love minute 20 of this, where Natalie and Andy talk about having belief in the products. And then at that time, we know really quickly if they're not on the online launch camp, because they'll say, I can't get this to work. And then that's an opportunity for us to say, oh, let me resend you that email and the information so that you can get on that.
That's awesome. I love that. And that's just like, if we can remember that everyone doesn't know what we know, and then we can just bring some of that clarity that, when there's a gap, right? So I think it's so powerful just to, again, they might not be feeling it like you're feeling it. And they're needing some of that, like, fill in the gap for me, right? And you doing that, or thinking ahead of just thinking about what would serve them best, is going to make a huge difference for them and for you. Just think about them as like, right, they're little kids in doTERRA and they're progressing, and we're moving forward in that way together. So, what other questions? If you're needing more encouragement, or needing to hear some things as you're working, as you're out working in the garden, as you're out doing your life, the success coaching calls always have juicy info and really powerful. So Andy did an amazing call this morning, and really powerful, just so you know when you need to access more of that.
I think I'm just going to put a 1-minute plug in for Lifelong Vitality. So if you haven't started taking Lifelong Vitality, or if you've gotten so busy that you've kind of dropped out of the habit, I'll just invite you to do that because you love yourself so much. And as you're sharing more and working on really accomplishing your goals, that extra energy and emotional balance that we get from Lifelong Vitality really makes a huge difference. One of our leaders, I don't think she's on this call at this moment, but she and I had an experience where I assumed she'd been taking Lifelong Vitality because I knew she really cares so much about her health and nutrition and everything. So I never even asked her if she was taking it. And we were sitting with a group of people that were her friends, and I was teaching them, and I talked about Lifelong Vitality. And she and I will never forget this moment when they said, "Oh, are you taking Lifelong Vitality?" They could care less about what I was saying. All they wanted to know is if their friend was taking it and if it was working for their friend. And she said, sheepishly said, "No, I haven't started taking it yet." So your belief and testimony in the product is what people want to hear about, and it's going to help you feel a lot better.
I love that. And who we are is going to speak so much louder than words. I know that when I upped my personal game, right, where it was like, okay, I'm taking my box with me wherever I go, and I am taking those supplements just like clockwork, morning and night. It changed my energy. It changed how I showed up with my family, changed how I showed up in life. And people feel that and they're attracted to that and they want more of that amazing energy. So, anything that you do to take care of you is going to make a huge difference in who you attract and connect with. And you guys, I add to Rebecca. Amen, Angela. Well said. Well said.
I'll just add really quick how we actually take our vitamins on the summer when we're more on the go, like for the whole day. Mm-hmm. So we have our vitamin boxes with our other supplements in it that Andy and Natalie have. And then we just have one box of the little pre-packaged packets. And sometimes we use those for samples, and then we use them for ourselves if we're headed out the door and think, oh, I don't want my vitamins to sit in the hot car all day. I'm going to grab myself an LOV pack, and out I go.
Love it. Love it. Great solution. And you can have a bunch of those just in your purse, right? So you've got a few days covered. Oh, good times. We're so excited for you and the way you've prepared and the way you're preparing right now to set up June for success will show up. Remember, this is
I just have a quick question when you get a second.
Please go.
Sorry. Can someone enroll someone the first month that they enroll, or do they need to wait a month?
No, they can enroll as soon as they enroll. They don't need to wait at all. The one thing they want to do is just have their LRP template in place, right? So they can get paid for that enrollment.
Okay, so just make sure that they have an LRP for the next month.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
And that LRP
is have to be a wellness advocate.
That LRP is over 100 PV. Yes, and they do need to be a wellness advocate.
Okay.
Right? Not just a wholesale customer. Yeah, great question. McKenna, what else?
For the Mexico trip. So I've hit my 5 for June.
Way to go.
You have to, my account's been having like so much issues. I still can't log in. It's so annoying, but they're trying to fix it. But for
you're just blowing the computer systems there with all your enrolling.
I know. It deleted my account or something, and so they have to take it to an IT person, and I don't know, super weird. But for the trip, it's more than just enrolling 5, right? You have to hit elite to
hit the rank. Yeah. So For you, it would be elite. You know, basically it's your next rank.
Okay.
So elite, if you've already hit elite, you're going for premier or silver. And then that is going to give you that bonus, right?
Okay.
And
So
like elite, you're getting the 3 nights paid for. At premier, you're getting 5 nights. And so one thing that came up when I was talking to one of the leaders was like, hey, what if I hit elite in June and I hit premier in July? And I said, you know, like, hey, we're here to work with you. And so maybe we could do something in the middle. Like then you could have 4 nights, right? Because you've qualified, and we'll do somewhere in the middle. Does that make sense? So,
yeah, that makes sense. And sorry, this is kind of a tree question, not a forest question.
You're great.
But in order to hit that elite, do you need to have to, like, because I don't have anybody under me right now that's building.
Mm-hmm.
So how else, you know, could I get there?
Yeah. And
because I've tried to get some people to start doing that, but hasn't quite happened yet.
And sometimes that's a process. Sometimes it doesn't happen overnight. But I want to show you just a quick formula for hitting that. So I'm just going to share my screen. So the formula for going to elite doesn't require any builders. You literally can get there, just like Jeanette, right? Jeanette, do you have any major active builders that helped you get to elite? You were doing most of the work. And
I have no active ones.
Okay. And you got there. So really this launch guide is going to help you see, okay, like the way to get to elite, you might share with about 45 people. That might be like putting oils on them, sending them a sample, that kind of thing. These are just the normal statistics. You enroll 15 about, right? If you enrolled 15 with the 200 PV special this month, you would be at 3,000, right? So one of the things you're going to want to do is help people go for that special, right? Like that special is amazing. You're getting this Aroma Touch oil, the Past Tense oil, and the Balance oil for free with a 200 PV order. And those are amazing, amazing oils, right? So, and then can you see my launch guide now?
Yes.
Okay, so if you really think about it, your first step is to launch yourself to elite, and you can totally do that yourself, right? And as many other people as want to engage, great, but you're not at their mercy. It's silver when you need to identify like 3 people that want to roll with you and that want to build with you, right? And one of the things that will help you identify those people is using the build guide, sharing from the build guide, sharing. I like to share videos with people that show them some of the possibilities. So I'll drop into the Facebook page some of my favorite videos to share with people about the opportunity when I'm trying to like help them see what they could create as a builder. But really, so much of engaging other people is being clear about what you're doing. Like, hey, I'm launching a doTERRA business. I'm creating this residual pipeline, this residual stream of income. I love how I get to change people's lives with the essential oils, and I really am excited about doing this. If I could work with anyone, it would be you. Can we sit down and explore what that might look like for you? Right? So
yeah, that totally makes sense.
Then you're taking them through the build guide and letting them see some of the possibilities. And then when they decide to build, then you can help them through this same process that you've been through in the launch guide, right? So then you help them to launch to elite, and you get 3 of those and you're silver, right? And then we find, then those people that you've launched to elite are ready to go to the next level, and then that creates platinum, right? And one more of those is diamond. So I'm going to show you one other part of this launch guide that is just golden, right? And this launch guide is going to take you through the process that you need to go through. If you'll do your own, development course, if you'll go through these steps, then you can ask the questions that you need. But I love this as you think about June to schedule your success. This might be your launch month and hey, I need 15 enrollments at that 200 PV. And we've got this incredible special to help us do that. And then that's going to help me reach my 3,000 OV. And I'm scheduling my classes. I'm scheduling my one-on-ones, right? And this down here at the bottom is really showing you what's happening. Like maybe you made that list of 100 people, right? And then you're sharing oils and inviting 45 of them. Maybe you're presenting to 30, and this is really a conservative one. Maybe you share the message with 30 people. Maybe 10 of those you did one-on-ones with. Maybe 20 came to, classes. And I would recommend you don't just schedule one class like this on this Wednesday. If you're going to have this one class, then you also have a class on, Thursday morning, or you might even have a Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and Thursday night. And then whoever misses the Wednesday night and is like, oh my gosh, this came up, you're like, oh, it's okay. We have a class in the morning. We'll catch you there, So have those backup classes in place. And then even if you like a 50% enrollment rate, I think most of you are very gifted and you can enroll a lot higher rate than that. But this is showing you, even if you just enroll that, then the chances are you'll hit elite with that. And then you're literally finding 3 builders out of that process. If you'll share and enroll 15 people, the odds are you'll enroll 3 builders in that process. So this is just the statistics, right? So that you can kind of see, oh, this is the process. I can trust this process. And I want you to focus right here during your launch month, right? This is page 6 of the launch guide. If you've got it, you can pull it out there physically, or you just pull it up on your computer. But you're really just focusing in on these actions. The inviting 45 people, you're sharing oils with them and inviting them, scheduling 3 classes or 15 one-on-ones, and set apart the time to invest in your business, because there's going to be some follow-up and some other touches that need to take place in that process. And then every day or whenever your doTERRA time is, you're just asking yourself and scheduling, who needs this? A Natural Solutions Intro to Oils. Who needs a follow-up to enroll? Who needs a lifestyle overview, right? With the Live Guide after they've got their oils. Who needs a business overview to see what it would be like to build? Who is ready to host a class? And I can use the share guide with that. So these are the focus points for you as you're hitting elite, or even as you're helping other people go to elite. How's that feel, McKenna?
Good. Yeah, that's good. So I either need to do 15 enrollments myself, or so for example, my friend, she hasn't enrolled yet, but she's a nurse, and I'm having her do a first aid class.
Awesome.
Like with essential oils, because I think a lot of people would want to learn from her because she's a nurse.
Yep.
So
love it.
If she doesn't want to enroll and she just wants to teach it, then I guess I could just I'm hoping that she will want to take those enrollments. I'm hosting the class and I'll plan it and invite all the people, but hopefully she will want to.
But you're like, hey, if I could partner with anyone, it would be her, right? Yeah. So set her up for success. Maybe you're sending her the first aid pages from the green book, right? That are in that section, and just opening her eyes to some of the possibilities, right? So we're going to bring that in. A couple other things that just come to mind are there's a video on using diffusers in hospitals and how well that has made a difference. And I think that's on doTERRA's channel, doTERRA's YouTube channel. So take a look at that. It was Vanderbilt University, or you can do a YouTube search. Vanderbilt Hospital, or yeah. So that is usually interesting to nurses. So kind of start piquing her interest, right? And then you think about, okay, what else do I know? What does she want? She wants a residual stream of income so that she can not have to work, 10-hour shifts someday. She wants to retire with her husband or whatever, or be home with her kids more. And then you're kind of showing some of these, and I'm going to share with you just a few of these. I'll share my screen really quick so you guys can see where I get some of these videos. So I'm just gonna type in. These are getting. So this is a really cool video on the top right here that invites people to build. And you can totally use this. This Natural Solutions Revolution page is our old team page when Share Success was becoming, the system before doTERRA bought it. But so if you just click on stories right here, and I'll share this link. But this has some of my favorite videos right here. And these are just some of our doTERRA Blue Diamonds, or, and above. And some of them are fun and some of them are funny. But these are just some success stories that I love these because they're all different, right? And so that's nsrevolution.com/stories. I'll drop that in the chat. But one other place is just doTERRA's YouTube channel as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, way to go. And you'll pull up all kinds of crazy stuff when you pull up doTERRA, but just stay within the doTERRA one. Watch out.
Gives you an up-close personal experience.
They've got some pretty good stuff there, right? So all kinds of stuff. If you've got people that care about the sourcing and doing good in the world, you share those videos. If you've got people that care about the scientific research, you're sharing that video. Hey, I've got somebody that needs to learn about LLV, right? So use, oh dang, are you not seeing the screen? So this is doTERRA's page, right? And this is the source to you, all those amazing things, the ways to use essential oils, the scientific research. Like, this is a powerful repertoire of all that doTERRA has brought together, and that's super powerful. So use video to reach people, whether they're near you or far away. Great questions. Any other questions before we wrap?
Now, can we just say, McKenna, first of all, hooray for enrolling 5 people before, on the 5th of June. That's awesome. And I'm sure you guys already talked about this at the beginning, but like just how last month Jeanette decided not to hold on to things or say, well, I've got 5 more people and I'm going to enroll them in June, right? Just leaning into the flow and always asking, like, if it's what's best for them. If it's best for them to enroll now and get going, awesome. Then maybe that means you're winning more days, in Mexico, and you're helping more people get started. And I think for all of the people who are building. If you have any questions about what rank do I need to reach to go to Mexico, what does this look like for me, please reach out to your leader or to me or Kat or Rebecca, just so that we can make sure that we're super clear, because we want you to be nothing but excited and not have any disappointments or unclear communication.
Right. The confused mind says no. The clear mind says yes, let's go, right? So let's go to Puerto Vallarta. Great clarity there. We love you all. We're praying for you all. We're here for you all. Yes, touch base with your individual leader, because they know exactly what's going to work best for you. And we're here as a second line of support. So much love and encouragement. We're excited to be with you next week. We're going to be joining you from London. And man, amazing adventures to come. Lots of love.